Kill doubt. What does that mean? What do I mean by kill your doubt? Before I get into that, I need to tell you guys where this all originates from, where this starts. It's currently 2 a.m. Saturday, December 27th, 2025, and I was in bed. I was trying to sleep, but I have this overwhelming emotion, this overwhelming feeling, this raw, unfiltered emotion that I don't want to forget when I wake up. I was thinking, you know what, I have this idea in my head. I'm gonna wake up in the morning and record this. No, it's not happening. I decided I'm getting up right now. I don't care if I'm gonna be tired tomorrow. I'm still gonna get the work done regardless. I'm gonna get up right now and I'm going to let out these raw, unfiltered emotions that I'm having right now before I forget them and they become filtered, diluted, whatever. Kill your doubt. So where did this originate from? For me, this started with a YouTuber I've been watching since I was a kid, Young Don. And I've watched him go through several phases, Christianity, atheism, to where he is currently spiritually, and that is, he believes energy is what dictates his presence. And like I said, I've been watching him for a while, so I've seen this happen, but it's only now, currently, that I'm truly piecing together what had transpired in his life for him to come to that sort of conclusion. The basic baseline of the philosophy is your energy controls what happens in your life. If you have bad thoughts, negative thoughts, the world will give you that in return. If you think you're gonna fail, you're gonna fail. If you think something bad is gonna happen, something bad is gonna happen. And I might not be explaining it the best I possibly can, but I feel like as this video goes on, through my pure unfiltered emotion, you guys are gonna feel what I'm talking about. So hopefully that makes up for my lack of articulation. But yeah, Young Don, he put himself in a frequency of no bad can happen to me because I do not believe in bad happening. I move with a certain energy, and in return, that energy is given back. So, while I was watching Young Don, this was just a sort of like grain of salt. Like I was like, oh yeah, you know, I have a pretty good perspective and mindset. I feel pretty similar. But I was kind of taking it with a grain of salt. I was never truly diving into, I hadn't fully understood it. That's what it was. I hadn't fully felt that feeling. I just had a sort of, oh, yeah, I think I understand. No, I didn't. Recently, I've discovered a YouTuber called Hudson Cosper, and I don't recommend you watch him, to be honest. He's a very arrogant person. I think if you were to watch him, you should have adequate prior life experience to be able to not fall for any traps per se. And maybe I myself have fallen for a trap. But anyway, that's all pedantic, it's all little things that does not matter. The main point is I started watching Hudson Cosper recently out of mostly entertainment. The majority of media I consume on YouTube is stuff that usually involves entrepreneurial business stuff. A lot of it's clothing brand stuff because that's what I do. I run a clothing brand named Death and Romance. If you want to see me scale that to 6 figures, you know what to do, hit that subscribe button. But a majority of content I consume has to do with entrepreneurial business stuff because, one, I just find that entertaining. Like, to me, that is entertainment. A lot of people can find games, let's plays, and whatever stuff entertaining. And don't get me wrong, I do indulge in that every now and then, but that is my main form of entertainment because, one, it just makes me feel good. 2, makes me work harder. 3, makes me see and love the process. 4, gives me experience. 5, I just enjoy it. Like, there's not much else to say about it. Yeah, so I discovered Hudson Cosper, and at first, like usual, I was taking his videos with a grain of salt. It was, 1, entertaining, and 2, it was motivating. Like, I was seeing his lifestyle and I was like, I want that, you know? He's got some things I want. That's what I loved. I loved watching people do things that I was envisioning for my future. Now to the main point, he talks about how nothing bad will happen to him because he believes nothing bad will happen to him. How it all starts in his head and how that's been shaping him ever since he started moving with the energy that I have everything I want. He said his life has been bliss. He's not felt sadness. And like usual, I took this with a grain of salt, you know. But today I entered a sort of like flow state. I was creating content for my brand and I was scrolling reels doing market research, not doom scrolling. I was getting a whole bunch of ideas, scrolling reels, putting them in my notes. And I saw a bunch of stuff, a bunch of content while I was doing that. And that really made me think. And then that also brought me back to the YouTube video that I've been watching. And then I genuinely felt a realization happen inside me. It was so wild. I went from, I'm working for this, I'm gonna have this in the future, to I'm so insanely happy and grateful right now that I know exactly where my life is leading. I killed doubt. I completely killed doubt. Right now in my mind, I don't have a single speck of doubt. I'd been struggling with that for a while. I don't know what it was, but lately there was just that lingering pressure that I could fail. But it's gone, completely gone. And I don't expect anyone watching this to really understand this, because I feel like it's more of a you have to feel it to know kind of thing. Like, I know exactly where my life is going. I know I'm gonna have a high-rise apartment. I know I'm gonna have over a six-figure brand. I know I'm gonna have multiple cars, whatever I want. I know I'm gonna have the freedom over my time and my hours. And you can be watching this and be like, oh, look at this ambitious little, naive little kid. But the thing is, most people aren't even gonna see this. As of right now, when I upload this video, not many people are gonna see it. If you're seeing this, it's probably because I've already made it and you're watching this video from the past. But any of you that do see this, you're early to something great. I'm telling you, my doubt is killed. And now that my doubt is killed, there is no failure. There's no such thing as a failure. It's genuinely not possible, because it's not in the cards. It's not in the books. It's not what's written for me. What's written for me is what I have in my head, what I'm working towards. I know exactly where it's leading. And the thing is, things can go wrong. Like, for example, I have my drop day for my clothing brand on January 2nd. I can do 0 sales. Nothing will change. Not a single thing will change. I still know exactly where my life is heading. My SD card ran out of storage. Messed up my little flow I had going. But that's okay. I'm gonna try and pick up where I left off. My clothing drop on January 2nd can do 0 sales. People can laugh. People can look at it like, this guy was talking so crazy. He was talking so crazy, talking about he's an entrepreneur and all this, just for the drop to do 0 sales. That can happen. Nothing will change, because I know that that was necessary for my path to continue. It's not a bad thing. It's a progression, but most people would consider it a bad thing. And genuinely, since I had this sort of revelation, I've not had a single negative thought. I've genuinely not had one negative thought. And I've reached this sort of state before, a similar, very similar state. I just don't think fully 100% what it is right now, but I had a similar state to this before. And you know when it was? It was when I blew up on Instagram. It's when I had over 25 million views in 30 days. It's when I hit 100K. It's when my Instagram was blowing crazy. That's when I had this state. I was thinking nothing but in my head, there's no possible way to fail. And that's what happened. That's what I got out of it. I got the success that I was wanting, the success I was working for, through the energy that I was putting out. I genuinely couldn't believe I could fail, and so I didn't. Until I lost that state. I didn't have a full vision. I didn't have full direction of where I was going. And so I stepped out of that state, but now I'm completely back in it. And there's genuinely no failing now. Like, again, there's probably no one seeing this. This video could get 0 views. Nothing would change. My words would still be the same. My thoughts would still be the same. I wouldn't even bat an eye. And if you're seeing this, you're either one of the 20 viewers watching this video, same amount as all my other videos, or you're one of the 40,000 after I've blown up and I'm making hella money off my clothing brand. Either way, whether you're early to this gold mine or not, my path is still the same. I was downstairs genuinely realizing, like, it's so crazy. I'm so happy knowing that my life is leading somewhere. How could I possibly fail with that mindset? You let me know. You tell me. How can you fail with the mindset of knowing you can't possibly fail? A few of my friends want to become influencers and whatever, but instead they choose uni college, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I asked them if they knew 100% that they could not fail in becoming an influencer, would they? Every single time they said yes. But look at that chance and opportunity that they won't be able to open and explore, because they have fear, they have doubt. They've not killed their doubt. And you know who places that doubt on you? Everyone around you. You didn't place it on yourself. You can't be born with it. It's how you grew up. That is the normal. That is what the world is accustomed to. Doubt. Which is why you need to kill doubt. But anyway, I don't think this is a feeling you guys will be able to just instantly get, as it was the same for me. But at least my video may help you come to your realization sooner than later, just like the 2 people I talked about earlier helped my realization come to me. All it takes is that snap, and then watch everything change and unfold afterwards. If you're seeing this and you don't believe me, subscribe and watch me build my 6-figure brand. Watch me get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Watch, and if you do believe me, even better, you'll get to see it with a more positive mindset than the people that don't believe. But yeah, it's 2:30 now, 2:30 a.m. and I do want to get to sleep. So if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you in any way, please hit that like button and don't forget to kill doubt.